would your best ET mile an hour be?
I've run 841 at 165 mile an hour as it sits.
On the 275 radial. You said it's street registered, so you do street Ks in this?
Absolutely, yeah. Normally, like even with this meet this weekend, this car will go back home, it'll get a wash. I'll swap the tyres over because they're a bit too obvious, you know, a bit too much. I put another ET on, which is a treaded ET, and we go out for fish and chips. We do laps at Harry's Diner. I drive it pretty well everywhere. I've driven it to work. I drive it everywhere. I wanted to do something different, and I wanted that stealth factor. I didn't really want to have the turbos in the engine bay with the heat and everything else it produces. No, and heaps of people, whenever you come to somewhere like even here, people come up to you and say, I never expected that. Because they look at it, they think it's a 5 litre injected, they never even look under the back of the car. You know, it's the stealth factor. Americans have been doing it for a long time. Yes. And it was just, the heat's out of the engine bay, there's no lag. People always ask about lag, but there is none.
That was going to be my next question. I thought, how does it affect having pipes running the length of the car?
The best thing is, because it's a decent engine to start with, it's making a good 450 horsepower as it is, before the turbo does anything. So it's still a stout little V8. So basically from 0 to about 3,000 revs, it's still a pretty quick little car. But then when it gets to 3,000, the turbo starts doing what it does, and that's when off you go. So you just don't notice any lag. It actually works beneficial for it. So a couple of guys down here, we met Frank and Con from Wollongong Automotive. And yeah, basically Frank built the engine and Con's freshened it a couple of times since then, but it's still the same combo. Basically a Holden 355. It's grout filled, it's a 4-bolt main, so it's a HSV block originally. It's got standard heads on it with stainless valves. There's no tricky stuff in the headwork or anything. Cum manifold, 2-speed glide in it, Ambrosi glide. 9-inch 35 spline strange centre and axles. And that's really about it. Other than that, it's all of the chassis work and the roll cage and everything was done by Pro Street Industries. Other than that, it's all factory paint. It's a factory car.
Cool. So I've seen this car now in Sydney. What is it, Calder and Heathcote now? So
yeah. Calder was the first race. No, actually, we won our rounds there. So we haven't. When we've been racing in rounds in 275, we haven't lost a race. We've lost them in qualifying, but we've never lost a race heads up in 275.
You even love the old-fashioned sun visor on the front windscreen.
Yes, there's some footage on our page that we run on Facebook with CULPRIT Racing that you can see that stretches out to about 3.5 inches high in the bottom end at 160 mile an hour, but it's still there, so I'm not taking it off.
It's original paint colour too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's factory paint. The only paint on this car that's been painted is over the rear wheel arches where we had to stretch them a touch to get the tyre to fit right. Other than that, the paint around it, it's had a few little touch-ups and stuff over the years, but it's 99% original factory paint. All the bars, headlights, trims, everything, badges, it's all factory.
Today you're competing in, I think, the boosted Holden class, is that correct?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah, against Darby and a couple of the other lads.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, thank you.